Wow.
Shake up a martini, pull up a chair, and let's go thrifting. This is Mid-Century Wasted.
Full moonlight drive by the ocean, hot summer night. No plans, our hands out the windows, freedom in our eyes. And it feels like I found a piece of heaven riding shotgun next to you. Never thought that this wild heart would ever stop looking for something new.
Now we're going into this little antique shop, I guess, called Little Shop of Hoarders.
Cats.
What? There's cats? Oh my god. Hello! Hi, big guy!
A little nip here.
Well, that means he was feral. Hi! Hi!
Very friendly.
Oh my god! Oh my god, I love you!
It's a very dense herb.
I love
Very
you.
oily.
Over here. Hi! Oh my god. Hi, kitty kitty! Hi! Okay, are you gonna, are you the greeting, the welcoming committee? Store cats. Oh. I really loved this idea of filling these vintage planters with plants and selling them together like this. Unfortunately, I have a brown thumb and would still find a way to kill those air plants.
But I'm falling right into you, and I didn't think that I could find anyone whose soul is wild as mine. But I'm falling right into you, and I didn't think that I could find anyone whose soul is wild as mine. But I'm falling right into you, and it feels like I found a piece of heaven riding shotgun next to you. Never thought that this wild heart would ever stop looking for something new. And it feels like I found a piece.
Clearly at this point of the shopping trip, I needed to find out what those red slashes meant. This Viking dish is kind of hard to see because of the glare, but it was $45 and lovely.
Looking for something new. Then you came and that'll change, 'cause I'll never get bored of you. Years by and we're dancing in the kitchen while you're singing your song to me. Don't know how, but I love you even deeper. I'm still singing your harmonies.
So far, this store is really impressing me. It has lots of little nooks and crannies and places to look. These amber-colored Whitehall glasses caught my eye for $30, but if you look closely, you'll notice that they are not all exactly the same. They're shaped slightly differently, and I think it was two different makers from 2 different years. I also love when I'm shopping in a different part of the country to see local things like this vintage Oregon sign. So here we go. I found a sign that said what the red slashes meant. They were 50% off, and right below the sign was this really adorable bear and beehive salt and pepper shaker set, and it had the red slash on it. It was originally marked at $10, so it would only be $5 with the red slash. I'm just checking it over for chips and problems, and overall it was in decent enough condition that I did pick up this cute little set. As you can see, the bear is sitting on the branch, and each one of the beehives is a salt and pepper shaker. They do have a different amount of holes in each one, so it is a complete complete set. And I just think that his little cross-eyed face is so adorable. It also does have sort of the remnants of a sticker on the bottom that says Made in Japan. There is a pretty significant chip on the rim right next to where one of the salt and pepper shakers sits, but because it's a brown color, it does kind of just blend in when displayed and it's not noticeable. There are also a couple little spots of paint loss around the rim, but overall it's in decent condition for its age, and being only $5, this was a slam dunk. This cute little set was coming on home with me. I did end up buying quite a few of the smaller glass items from this amazing display that they had, starting with the lot of blue ones. This blue frog-shaped glass piece, I believe, is Blanco, and for only $5, this was absolutely something that I wanted to pick up. It doesn't seem to have any chips or problems to it, so it was actually a really great score. This blue swan also caught my eye. It looked very similar to the Bluebirds of Happiness. On the bottom, you can see it says Ozark Studios from Fayetteville, Arkansas, which is also the same place where Terra Studios is located. And they are the ones that made the Bluebirds of Happiness. So I'm not entirely sure what the difference is here. Maybe somebody in the comments down below can let me know. But for $5, I was definitely picking up this beautiful swan. And for just $3, I had to pick up this blue and clear art glass piece. It has a polished bottom and shows signs of quality like the controlled bubbles or Bollicante throughout. I liked the way it was blue going to clear. I believe it is a candle holder, maybe for a small tea light or a votive candle, but either way, I just thought it was a really nice little art glass piece, and for $3, how could I pass it up? Now moving on to the red pieces I got, they were all three Cardinals of Love. These have the stickers on the bottom and were made by Titan Art Glass, also in Fayetteville. Same place as Terra Studios and the Ozark Glass Studio, so I guess there was just a little area in Arkansas where all of these little glass pieces were made. These are all signed. I believe they're all W. Ward and from the 90s. One of the pieces is also a candle holder, which is super special, and I just loved picking up these Cardinals because even though I do see the Bluebirds occasionally, the Cardinals seem to be a little bit more difficult to find. I just couldn't resist this mischievous looking little anthropomorphic garlic shaker. It's made by Cook's Tools in Taiwan. He's in excellent condition. I've seen other ones of these where the black paint is almost completely gone, so for $8 he was coming home. I also decided to pick up this Indiana Glass Stars and Bars fairy lamp for $20. I don't usually find these at a price that I'm able to pick them up for, and $20 was a good enough deal. This one is in perfect condition, and the warm glow that these give off when lit is absolutely amazing. I did end up picking up these two little vintage spice jars for $5. Unfortunately, when I got home, I realized there was still cinnamon inside, which was kind of gross. I believe these would have originally had paper labels on them, which are obviously gone. They're not marked on the bottom. I didn't see any chips or cracks or major flaws with them. They're mostly just quite dirty, but I think they'll clean up nice and be a good addition to someone's collection. At first glance, I thought this cute little dog pair might have been Rio Hondo pottery, but it was definitely some sort of California pottery for sure. You can tell by the brown details on the face. Then they ended up being salt and pepper shakers, which made me like them even more because they are very large. These are not your typical size salt and pepper shakers at all. And perhaps the most exciting thing is they have their original stickers. These are Guppies of California. They're both in very good condition with just some crazing throughout, but no major chips or cracks. And although they're missing their original stoppers, the spaghetti details on them seem to be in really good condition as well, which is pretty surprising for something that was probably made in the 1940s. I really loved this can with the mermaid on it, but you can see as I went to pick it up, it was actually still full. It was super heavy, and that's just not something I'm able to sell online. This vintage Mado cream ice cream container may seem like a strange thing to pick up, but stick with me, I have a reason why. First of all, the graphics on it were absolutely outstanding, and it was from a farm in Eugene, Oregon, so it was a local piece, which you know I love. And even though the top especially had some significant signs of wear, people like to craft with these and make assemblages with them. And because it was red and green, I could really imagine somebody doing something really crafty with this for Christmas. So this was really exciting. Everything on these shelves was only $1. The value of these things could be anywhere from $10 to $30. So you know I'm gonna take a look and see what I can find for just $1. So let's go over my fun $1 finds. This is actually the last of what I picked up at this antique store. We'll start with the Hunter, this little dog figurine. There was actually a series of these with all sorts of different professions and sayings underneath them, and they were all mounted on wood blocks. This one obviously is holding a dead duck, and he's a hunter, and he does have some resale value on eBay. Next up for $1 was this cool little jelly and toast jelly container, I guess, shaped to look like toast with an apple on top. It did come with a little plastic spoon inside. I'm not sure if this is the original spoon or not, but it does fit very well. It's in good condition. It's nice and clean. It didn't have any chips or cracks or flaws. It also had an original sticker and was made by Kelvin's. Definitely not bad for just $1. Next up for just $1 was this pair of beehive bookends, which you actually didn't see me pick up. And I did mill over them for a little while because, as you can see, they had a lot of damage. These are chalkware, which is notorious for having lots of chips and problems to it because it's made essentially of plaster rather than a hard ceramic. So even though these do have quite a few chips and flaws, I thought they were still so very cute. If somebody had a honeybee or beehive themed kitchen, these would be great for holding a collection of cookbooks. And really, for just $1, how could I pass them up? Look at the cute little fuzzy bees on here. Last but certainly not least is this red collapsible ruler. It is marked Dunlap and it is made of plastic, but it does have some age to it still, and I loved the red color. My favorite thing to do with these collapsible rulers is to use them for ephemera displays. Whether it's business cards or old photographs, you can stick them in the ruler and it's like a little stand for your ephemera. Oh my god, my face. Woo!
There's some fans blowing your
No AC. I'm all flustered and overheated. So you have AC sounds in the car now, so sorry. You just have to deal with that. I spent $124 in there. Blake didn't get anything. That place is awesome. The Little Shop of Hoarders in Springfield, Oregon. Highly recommend. Prices were exceptional in there. I could have just gone a little even more hog wild, but I wanted to buy kind of the smaller things. Got an amber fairy lamp for 20 bucks. Bunch of red birds of love, red cardinal of love. Oh my god, I don't even know what all I got. It was really, really good. We're gonna keep going. I mean, it's 2 o'clock right now and we still gotta get to the coast. Now we're about to go into an antique store that we have been to before, which is the reason why we wanted to come this way to get to the coast. It is called Time Traveler's Antique Mall. Let's see what they got today. It's been a while since we've been here. It's been a couple years. So I'm looking forward to it. I know we're on a busy street. You probably can't even hear me. This is lovely in here. Oh, they got lots of Pyrex and stuff, don't they?
Gooseberry.
Pink Pyrex. Yeah, pink gooseberry. That's right. Good job. We're at 55, 50, 60. So yeah, we're at, you know, tip-top retail here. Oh yeah, no sales tax in Oregon. Ooh, those are cool looking. Oh, hello. Jeez. Wish I could see the price on those. $30% off here. I like this butterfly. Well, that's really cool. Might come back for that. Let's see. We'll see. Let's think about it. Jeez, it's cheap. They call this part of the store the retro room, and as you can see, that does include 80s and 90s, but obviously there's no shortage of mid-century in here too, so I forgive them for having 80s and 90s stuff in here and making me feel old. These next two figurines are Psycho ceramics, which I never see in person. They're highly collectible, as you can tell by the price, and it was really awesome to finally see some in real life. This JAJ Pyrex from England for $28 was one I'd never seen before. These were by far the biggest brass deer I have ever seen. Right away I thought this was a piece of Viking glass because it looked like candy and I wanted to lick it. But I've never seen one that didn't have a pedestal, and the bottom of it really confused me. So I took a picture of it and I sent it to my friend Sandy at My Flippin' Van Life, who had actually just been up here in Oregon spending some time with me in Bend. She confirmed that yes, this is Viking, and being that it is the amethyst or purple color, which is a little less common, and since it's it's in the handkerchief shape without a pedestal, also a little bit less common. So I decided for $34 I was going to take a risk and I was going to bring this home. I'm happy that I did because the value is probably around double that.
Look at how beautiful this is.
That's right.
The stand. $250. Look at it's got jadeite down here at the bottom. And it's a dragon. Did you see that it's a dragon? And you could put your cigarette right here in its mouth and let the ashes fall onto the ashtray.
Just say no to chalk paint, guys. Come on. And what are all these little tiny bottles for? They were $1.50 each and there's about a bazillion of them. So here we are in the main larger side of the antique mall. Yeah, we haven't even seen half of it yet. I wanted to see the price of this purple taper candle holder, but I needed Blake's assistance because I was too short.
How much was it?
50.
50?
Yeah. Maybe 60.
Oh. I think it's 20% off too. I'll try it.
I did pick up this sweet little amber glass bud vase. It is a swung vase by Viking. It has a little bit of residue inside, but I think I'm going to be able to clean it up nicely. It has no other chips or cracks or problems, and it's just a nice little size. These look great as fillers in a collection of larger swung vases or just alone in a mid-century setting. Swung vase collectors like myself love when there's an elongated mouth like this one has, so it was a really great buy for $12. I really loved the architecture in this store as well. We were getting a little pressed for time at this point in our shopping trip, so I didn't examine this very closely. But this canister set definitely caught my eye, and for only $40 as found, that could potentially be an amazing price, depending on the condition of all the canisters. I found this display with lots of little bags of miniatures, so you know that I rated it and I bought a few things. The first bag had all of these tiny little mice inside. They are plastic, and 3 out of the 6 are missing their tails, like they got in a little bit of a fight with a cat. But 3 of them are in good condition with the nice long tails intact. And for something just so teeny tiny, it was really a forgivable little flaw on there. The other bag of miniatures I got was this set of deer. Now, 3 of the deer are made of plastic, and 1 deer is not like the others, and I believe it's probably a Hagen Renneker. It's that very teeny ceramic figurine. The other 3 are that really hard plastic and are a complete set. Lastly, I got this bag that had a little turtle and a tiny little ladybug in it. I don't think they necessarily went together, but they're together now. The turtle was just made in China, not anything special. I mostly got it for the ladybug because, I mean, it was about the size of a fingernail. How could I pass it up? Look at all the poodles. Oh my goodness. 25, 14, 12, 12. That one's saying some things. Snooty ones are 14. Oh, she's missing her babies. Okay. Wow is right. Never have I ever found an Empoli Genie bottle at a price low enough to be able to pick it up for resale. I love this deep blue color and the wave pattern to the glass. After I took the tape off of the stopper, which is the only thing I was nervous about, it was taped up. I thought it may have been hiding some chips or cracks, which is common on these. It was in perfect condition. It is missing the little rubber part that goes around the stopper to make it seal completely and not wobble, which is why it was taped in the first place, I'm sure. But this is a very common thing with these Genie bottles. The rubber doesn't last as long as the glass does, and it can crack and it can disintegrate. So this is very common and definitely not a deal breaker as far as purchasing it for such a low price. And the new owner can always put a little tape around the stopper to keep it from wobbling. If we had a little more time in this antique mall, I would have spent easily hours sitting here flipping through all of the ephemera. It's one of my favorite things to look at. I love vintage and antique papers, and they had some really interesting things in here. This quilt was in a little bit of a tattered condition, but judging by the vintage cowboy themed fabric on here, I'm wondering if this could be about as old as the 1950s. I loved seeing this Art Mark salt and pepper shaker at this antique mall because I just picked it up from Facebook Marketplace in Bend, and mine is in much better condition. This display was so cool. I think it was for spools of thread. But can you imagine displaying a whole collection of miniatures in here? It would be so good. I thought this was so nice how they put a piece of tape marking where there was a chip on this piece. Normally I don't pick up vintage tins because it's just not something I know a lot about, but I do know a lot of people are into their rusty, crusty goodness. This one, however, was one I just couldn't resist. I love the artwork on it. I'm gonna guess that it's probably from around the 1960s, just based on the art and the 59-cent price tag. Look, new overall air vents to let skin breathe. It's just very Mad Men looking, and I loved the graphics on it. For $1, it was pretty easy for me to pick up, and I might keep this in my bathroom in my own little mid-century toiletries collection. If you're squeamish or don't like oddities, you probably want to look away right now, but I thought this case was absolutely fascinating. There was a real human skull in here for $2,500. Probably worth it. These are some medical tools and things that I have never seen. How cool to be able to decorate with stuff like this for Halloween.
$1,600, the gargoyle.
Oh, there. That could be our anniversary present to each other. Yeah.
The bear.
I mean, please do not. Please do not touch.
Sorry.
Always, always, every time, every single time, every time. It is. It is.
So here's a final look at everything I picked up at Time Traveler's Antique Mall. I got less items than I did at Little Shop of Hoarders. I spent almost exactly the same amount of money at both stores, but in the first one I got lots of little things, and in the second one I got less pieces, but maybe some higher value quality pieces. So it's really hard for me to decide which store I liked better. I know I posed the question, which is the best antique store in Springfield, Oregon, and I don't have an answer for you. Although my favorite pickup of this trip was definitely the genie bottle. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments below which store you preferred. Now we're continuing our adventure to the Oregon coast. We are going to be thrifting our way up the coast of Oregon all the way to Portland. Our first night was spent in Florence, which was absolutely beautiful. There's a lot more adventure coming, so please stay tuned to future episodes, and like always, thank you for watching.